how do you come up with the name for Inertia? What brought that about to just pick that as your band name?
That's a good question. Well, there's a lot of good reasons for why we came up with the name Inertia. The first primary and honest reason is we really wanted a band name that was one name. We didn't want like 2 words or 3 words in our band name. We wanted just one word. And then that was kind of inspired by a lot of our favorite like gent bands and stuff like that. And we're kind of nerdy and sciencey, so we liked that inertia was Newton's, I think, 3rd law of motion. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a scientist or a scholar, but I'm pretty sure that it is. And what inertia literally means is the tendency to stay in motion or the tendency to stay at rest. We kind of lean more towards the tendency to stay in motion. Sometimes we'll tagline inertia in motion. Sometimes we'll tagline inertia the rock band. But what it really means is that we're rock music and we want to stay in motion and we want to stay driving and we want to stay true and we don't want to stop. And once you get going, it's hard to stop. And to us, that's what inertia means. Something that's unstoppable, something that won't stop, something that's going to continue to drive and move forward, and specific to rock music.
Okay.
Also, it sounds kind of cool.
Right on. And I guess I probably should ask this first. I'm fast backwards, but could you guys introduce yourselves?
Oh yeah, my name
of the night. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my name is Dillon Forst. I sing for a band called Inertia, a rock band, and I now sing for another rock metal band called Hollow Kings.
Okay, is that why they said Hollow Kings is in the building?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
Right on.
My name is Barrett Stevens. I own New Transcendence. We will be premiering the video for Inertia's Guilty Crown tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, check us out.
And like I said earlier, go give those guys a like and follow. Why not? Help them out.
Go give Tristan a like and a follow too.
Oh. Hey, Dylan.
What's up?
My girlfriend over here, she's camera shy, and I was really tempted to put her on this live stream, but she said she really likes the music video, and she's actually pretty excited to see what the full music video looks like.
Oh, you didn't show her the full video? How nice of you.
No,
Cool.
I'm not going to show her the full video yet because I haven't got to see it.
You gotta wait. That's so cool. That's rad.
You have a great singing voice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I guess I didn't have to talk louder just because you sounded further away. The odd real-time effect versus talking on camera.
Yes, definitely. So we got the how'd you get the name obviously out of the way. So what brought you to Guilty Crown, and what brought you to bringing the cause to stop violence? What brought that about with Guilty Crown?
One of my best friends. I usually have a lot of female friends. I have 3 little sisters, so I grew up in a household full of women. I rather liked it. I got used to it. I feel like this may sound weird, but I get women a little bit more than I get men, just because I grew up with more of them around.
Right.
And, so I had a lot of female friends, and it wasn't uncommon. This is unfortunate, but it wasn't uncommon for me to hear from my friends about things like domestic violence and them being put down. And I don't mean like put down in like a sarcastic, joking way. I mean like in a consistent day-to-day, hour-to-hour way that can really just tear someone apart. Mm-hmm. And then worse, one of my particular best friends, who I'll leave unnamed, they were getting beat. And I didn't see her for a long time, and then I saw her, and she had bruises on her face, and man, it sucked, because You know, I've seen that before, and it was just really a nightmare to see it happen to someone who was so close to me. And without me even knowing about it. And she shut herself off from the world, in my opinion. And she shut herself off from me for a long time. That's why I didn't see her. And it fucking broke my heart, man. Excuse my language. It really broke my heart to see a close friend of mine like that. So I wanted to write a song for her, and more importantly, I wanted to write a song for everybody else who was going through something like that, or for a song for anybody who felt like they weren't good enough, or felt like they didn't have a voice to be heard, or they weren't listened to, or they were being beat, or they were being hurt in their relationship, or some sort of domestic violence like that. And I wanted to write a song for those people that they could relate to and overcome the situations that they were in. The song named Guilty Crown specifically came up with, it's kind of like a metaphor, like guilty. And then the crown wasn't like a literal crown on your head. A crown is like referring to like when you get crowned, like when you get like hit in the face and like you have like a bruise on your face. Like some people call that a crown, like when you've got like a big old bruise on your face. And I called it Guilty Crown because it's supposed to be describing a girl who's covering up her beat up and bruised face with makeup, and she's lying to her friend saying, oh no, it's fine, I fell, or she's saying something like that to cover up the boyfriend, and it's guilty because inside it hurts her more because she's now lying to her friends too, in addition to being in a screwed up situation where she's being beat and hurt and tore down more than just physically, emotionally. And then to top it off, she's hiding it from her friends and can't even be honest about it. And the song's talking about what your life can be like when you're going through that and you don't have a way to share or vent. And instead of letting things out, you can bring it inward instead. And sometimes you can do a lot more harm to yourself than what other people can do to you, just from the other things that other people can do or say to you and how it makes you feel. So this song was written to remind people that you can't always control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond to the situation. And how you respond to the situation is going to help motivate other people to respond differently too. You can choose to respond in kindness. You can choose to speak out and defend yourself. You can choose to not lie to your friends when something's wrong. And there's always a way out when you feel trapped and when you feel like you're at the bottom and there's no way out. And that's what the song Guilty Crown was about. That's what the song Guilty Crown was titled after. And that's what it's talking about.
That's a good backstory. I didn't know that that's what you wrote it about, but
That's great, though.
yeah, definitely.
I like that.
Oh, thanks.
And who shot and directed the music video?
Oh, Robert B. Hill. It's funny. I called him Robert Bejel like the whole time I've known him, and I've known that guy for like 6 or 8 years or something real long time, and I thought it was Robert Bejel, but it's not. You guys may see his name in the credits. He did such a great job. It's Robert B. Hill. Yeah, so he's the man, and he did a really good job.
Nice. You want to ask anything?
No, I just want to tell you it's awesome, and I already did, so
Okay.
I'm good.
Thanks.
Barrett, do you want to ask anything?
Yeah. In regards to your singing voice, is that something that you naturally sing like that, or do you take lessons? Or
No.
classically trained?
Oh my God. I sucked at singing for so long. It was bad. It started just like I was the type of kid that grew up with headphones in the ears, and I had this before iPods were a thing. I had the CD. I'm 25 years old. I'm not that old.
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Sounds like
Sorry.
someone getting murdered in the background.
Could you hear that?
Yeah, a little bit.
They're laughing, though.
Yeah, they're laughing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If it wasn't laughing, I probably would have done something.
Either, and they're laughing about murder, or it's fine and it's not a big deal.
But anyway, sorry about that.
No worries. So I had like a CD player in like my like hoodie front pocket, and like I'm in math class, and I've got a CD player, and I've got the hood on and long hair, so you can't see the earbuds. And like my teacher just thinks I'm like a weirdo with like a hoodie on with long hair, but doesn't know I'm like blatantly not paying attention and listening to music. So I'm listening to music all the time with headphones and singing along as a kid, and I sounded terrible, so terrible that I would constantly be like yelled at, like, "Hey, dude, shut up! Like, stop singing. You're not good." Or my mom, when she's driving, or my stepdad, when he was driving, would be like, "Hey, shut up back there. You don't sound good. This is not okay. You're singing a different song. We're listening to a song on the radio. You've got your headphones in, listening to a different song, singing louder than our radio is," and they're getting pissed. And so I sucked for a long time, and I ended up pursuing drums instead from like 12 or 13 to like now. I'm more of a drummer than anything. But a couple of years ago, I picked up singing after screaming, and I had to commute for work a couple hours, so I would practice for 1.5 to 2 hours per drive one way, practicing vocals. And over 2 years of driving to that job every single day, I got really good at singing just by trying to copy the singers that I'm listening to on the road.
Nice.
But no, I wasn't always good, and I sucked for a very, very long time.
Right on. And I gotta say also, with your singing voice after practicing for like 2 years, like you just said, that's great. And I gotta give props to you and everybody in Inertia, because me and Barrett behind the scenes, and not even talking to you about it, but I mean, I guess we have talked a little bit about what we were talking about to you, but I could see you guys being signed when your EP or album drops. You said it's going to drop in March, right?
Yeah, it's 12 songs, and it's going to drop in March.
Yeah, me and Barrett think you guys are going to seriously be signed.
That'd be tight.
I think also that
Records, if you're watching, sign me, please. I really like your bands. You guys have cool bands. Okay, that's it.
Hey, on the real, I do have Ash on my friends list. I don't know if he's watching this, but I do have him on my friends list.
Ash, what up?
Ash.
He's probably never gonna watch this, but that'd be cool.
That'd be dope.
Probably like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Who are these guys? They're nut jobs.
When you repost, you should fast forward through the like minutes of waiting to get started. Like just post like a timeline so people know like how far to skip ahead if they want to.
Yeah. Actually, I'll do that now. Could I do that now? I don't know.
Specifically for Ash. Ash, this is for you. We're taking your time into consideration here.
Tell us a little bit about the writing process of the process.
Oh man, I gotta give a shout out to excuse me. I gotta give a shout out to Zach Harris. Zach Harris is by far top 3 best friends I've ever had. We just connect on a level that I don't connect with many people with. He's really genuine, earthy, down to earth guy. Really honest, won't bullshit you. He'll always have your back, even if you can't have your own. He's just one of the best people I know. And he's also one of the most talented people I know, too. I know, total lady killer. And he's single. Woo. Anyways.
Let's go after
throwing it up for you, Zach. Layup. He's really talented, and he wrote a lot of the basic foundations for all of these songs on his own in his bedroom. And or at least a lot of the riffs were written, and a lot of the ideas for at least like three or four of the songs on the record he had, or maybe even more riffs that were on other songs I'm not aware of. He just had a lot of material on his own, and it was so good. And we were both huge fans of Corellia. Still are. They are lagging so hard on their album. Not dissing them. I'm just saying, as one of their top fans for sure, they are really lagging it, and they're a huge influence for us. I don't know if you guys have heard of them.
Yep.
And so we fell in love with that song, Sound of Glaciers Moving, and so we kind of wanted to go that direction. We didn't end up doing that, but that's how we started. And the first song that he sent me was a song that I think Barrett's heard, but I don't think you've heard, Tristan. It's called Asphodels. I think you've heard that one, right, Barrett?
I've heard the final mixes, or the final mix of the album. I just haven't heard the mastered versions yet.
Okay. So there's a song on the album that hasn't been released yet, and it's like super death metal on the instruments, and I did an audition for that. I'll share that with everyone after this release, just for fun. And it had like half screaming on it, and it was kind of the direction we wanted to go. And then when he sent me the second track, which was Guilty Crown, he said it'd be cool if you did mostly singing on this. And then I decided to do all singing except for the outro. And we decided from that point forward to just do all singing on all the music. So it kind of changed our direction. And so Zach and I really spent a lot of time on deciding how we wanted to structure the songs and how we wanted to sound. And he put a lot of work into it, and so did I. I feel like Inertia, even though we're a full band, really it's this particular album is Zach and I's baby. We put this together ourselves. We wrote everything ourselves, just the two of us. We had some help from other people, some insight on production, and how to volume things. But as far as the writing goes, the material and how the songs go and the tempos and the lyrics and the melodies, we came together and we wrote it all together. And we had help from a few people. Kaylee Wolf from Rivals helped me out with some of the melodies on a couple of the songs. She's a really talented singer, and I took my songs to her and I wanted to get her advice, and we had some fun with some harmonies on the tracks. And then Eric Matta, I got to throw it up to that guy. He's my vocal producer. I recorded everything at home first twice, and then I went to him to record the finals. And he did such a good job. He helped me structure the harmonies and the melodies so well. He came up with harmony ideas for me to try out, because he was such a good listener and really in tune with how I sing as a singer. So he took what I could do and his observation, and even though he wasn't necessarily a singer, he knew enough from a production side to tell me, hey, try this, or hey, hit this note with it, or hey, do this, hey, bend your note like this, hey, do this note like you did in that other track. And he just was so much help. And Zach helped me with my vocals too. He was a really good critic. He wouldn't tear me down, but if it didn't sound good or something needed fixing, he wouldn't hesitate to tell me. And I grew a lot as a singer from working with Zach and from working with Eric Matta and from working with Andrew Chavez, our bassist. He made me appreciate bass in a way that no other bassist has. This band's really cool. I'm really excited to release this music video tonight, and I'm really excited to release this album.
Take it to your room, because I ain't gonna sit out here and be quiet all night.
The person in the background. Way to go.
They heard that?
Less than 1 hour. It's less than 1 hour.
Woo! 54 minutes.
They're talking.
You have no voice. Man, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. No. So what was I gonna say? Okay. On the EP, do you have any special guests that are gonna be featuring?
It's an album, and yes, I do. Sorry. I'll make a quick ad lib on why I made that correction. I love you, Tristan. I hope I didn't sound rude.
No, you're good. I love you too, brother.
The reason I corrected EP is we went out of our way to not do an EP first.
Oh, really?
The way we designed ourselves, because we started 3 years ago, but no one's heard of us, and that's on purpose. we wanted to come out of the gates with a music video, a lyric video, which is already being done by Capital Productions. Thank you guys if you're watching. And we wanted to release a full album all at once, so people would be like, who? And then just be like hit by a wall, like, oh, wow, this is a really good band. How come I've never heard of them before? And they'll have never heard of us before because we're brand new. And and we wanted, when someone heard us, we wanted them to like it, and we wanted them to be able to go listen to more material right away. And we didn't want the more material to be crap. So we spent so much time making 12 songs, and each song is like a single. In my opinion, each song is really, really, really good, worth listening to. There's not any tracks you're going to want to skip. And we all have our favorite albums where there's tracks we skip. I love music more than anyone I can think of, or just as much as anyone I can think of. And there are plenty of tracks that I skip. Not that I disrespect those bands or that I think any less of them or that I think they're not talented, but I do skip songs. And on this album, I went out of my way with Zach to write something where you wouldn't want to skip any songs, and you'd enjoy every single song.
Nice.
What was the original question? Because I think I answered a separate question about the EP and album.
Guest vocalists.
Oh, yeah. That is the most cool thing on this record is Seth Cooper from Secret Eyes. Represent what? He's going to be on or he already is on the record. He's doing he did such a good job. And then there's Johnny Craig. Johnny Craig is going to be on a song. And then Joey Varela is going to be on a song as well.
Johnny Craig,
I'm really excited for all that.
Joey, if people don't know.
Major shout out to Joey for setting up a feature. Major shout out for setting up the with
right now. Are you doing something?
That was something that was just kind of thrown out there.
For the music video,
It ended up happening, and it's so glad they were able to get that taken care of.
Right on.
If you're watching, love you, brother. Everybody go drop Varsity a like, Varsity NYC.
Varsity NYC, they're so good. And then Johnny Craig, what band is he in now? Is he in Slaves?
Slaves. He's still in Slaves.
And then he also is like his own project too, right? Like
Yeah,
I thought so. Yeah, he has such a good voice. I really loved his guest vocal spot on Seth Cooper's Secret Eyes' song. What was that song? Oh Dear. That song, Oh Dear. He did such a good job on that. And he was in the music video too. I thought that was cool. That song's rad. I really like Secret Eyes.
Heck yeah. After your video yesterday, I actually checked out Secret Eyes on YouTube. I was like, oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of Secret Eyes in like ever. I mean, it has been ever since I've heard of them.
They're new.
Or whatever.
They're the most exciting band of 2016.
Yeah. Oh, delicious.
What are you eating?
A bag of candy.
Oh, that sounds good. Is that a Twix in there?
I still can't see shit from Tristan's end, so I'm just looking at a black screen on his end.
He's got a bag of candy, and you should be jealous.
Oh, I am jealous. I've got like a change purse of candy that is fucking old as hell.
Somebody just did something. Oh, nope. Never mind. Not important.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
That's an okay song.
No, it's not.
Inertia should do a
But I like that song.
Inertia should do a pop punk cover of that song.
Dude, I'm so down. So down. I love pop. I think I'm gonna do I think you just gave me the idea. I want to do an EP of pop covers, but like our style, like rock.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Cool. Now, wouldn't you guys be considered alternative rock?
Yeah, we're alt rock. I tell people that we're alt rock with extreme metal roots, and I say that because you can hear there's songs with there's one song called "Face of Defeat Part 2" that has 266 beat per minute blast beats.
Oh, gee.
And it's the chorus, and I'm singing like a pop chorus over it. So it's super unique sounding and cool, I think. Yes, but you could definitely hear extreme metal from time to time, and you can hear metal in the riffage, and you can hear metalcore, and you can hear post-hardcore in the riffage, but the singing is consistently singing. No screams, except for the outro of Guilty Crown.
Nice. And I actually, is the single that YouTube has out, the full song, the single, is that released from you, or did YouTube just feel like releasing it?
It was a release from me, actually. I put it through, I distribute it through DistroKid, and so it goes everywhere.
Yeah, the single was available like midnight, I think Pacific time.
Yeah, that makes sense. I wanted it to be available a little bit early because I figured no one would download it before I wanted them to, anyways. We don't exist yet. Well, now we exist, but we pretty much just announced ourselves.
My cousin has a question. Let the guy from the band, I have a friend I stick up for every day because he gets bullied. I'm sorry, I don't understand that question, but I'm gonna interpret it my own way. I think what he means is, will you ever write a song for the people that have been bullied in school, or just bullied in general?
Yeah, absolutely. I like to think this song kind of is meant to be a little bit more generalized and connect with those people as well. The core foundation of this song is learning how to stand up for yourself and standing up for your friend. And once you learn how to stand up for yourself, stand up for your friends when they don't know how to stand up for themselves. And they'll learn through your action, and the compounding effect of that is gonna be really nice to the whole world. And that's what this song, the core value of it is about. More specifically, it's about domestic violence. But yeah, there will be other songs that I'll gladly write a song about bullies. I'm glad that you brought that up, and it's something that shouldn't be ignored. I don't think that I think that sometimes I've been considered a bully because I kid around a lot, but if I ever say something that hurts someone's feelings and I'm aware of it, I try to go out of my way to make sure that they know that I didn't mean any harm. So it might be odd for me to write specifically about bullying when I'm a kidster or a jokester myself, but for the more extreme bullying, when someone's being like picked on and like beat up and things like that, I certainly never have done anything like that, and I would definitely write a song about that. I think "Oh Dear" by Secret Eyes is kind of about that. I could be wrong, but yeah, definitely go listen to Secret Eyes if you want something a little bit more specific to bullying.
Definitely. My mom had a question. What was it?
Do they have any more personal interests they would like to write about? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have
I
what?
don't know enough.
Do you have any personal interest topics that you feel that you need to write about? Apparently you did do the song on domestic violence. Was that because of a specific person or event in your life, or just?
Yeah, it was. It was about one of my best friends, actually.
Okay. Just curious.
Yeah, I guess I could have answered that for you, or you could have watched the replay whenever it was. But I mean, we can answer it again. I don't have any more questions. Barrett, do you have any more questions?
Are there any particular groups you would love to play with that you haven't had an opportunity?
Your mom got questions.
Ask away.
She wants to know: is there any particular? I can't talk. Is there any particular groups that you would like to play shows with or go on tour with?
Yeah, Trivium, Cradle of Filth, Secret Eyes, The Weeknd.
Okay.
Every big band ever. We just want to play. We're music lovers. I'm a music lover. I just want to play in front of anyone and everyone, and that's why I sing instead of scream, because I wanted to appeal to more people, and I wanted people to connect with my message. Not everyone likes rock music, so I understand that, but
I appreciate the fact that you have comprehensible lyrics, or comprehensible vocals, I should say, because so many groups you don't have. So he can't.
Yeah, that was very important to me.
Right on. Now this is a personal question, but I guess it could also pertain to your projects and whatnot. But if you were to go on tour, where would you like to tour the most? It could be here in the United States.
United States.
The homeland, man. The homeland.
Okay.
The homeland.
You wouldn't want to go to like
Japan.
Yeah.
Australia.
I would. You know what? That's a good question. I would want to tour the whole world that was safe. So probably not like. I mean, I don't want to say I wouldn't tour third world countries because I've never been there, so I can't judge it. But if it was like dangerous and people were being like shot regularly, like I mean more than
Well, like
if there was a likelihood that I would get shot at or die, I wouldn't want to tour there. Other than that, because I'm not that passionate about the music to like go out there and play in front of like people who are going to kill me. I'd rather play in front of a nice safe stadium with security and millions of fans instead of throwing arrows or whatever would be.
Well, maybe for the troops in Afghanistan or somewhere.
Yeah, things like that. Sure, absolutely.
In a safe zone somewhere. Yeah.
Still might get shot when you leave, but you'll be safe while you play.
Yeah, I sure will. Yeah, I think that I would like to tour pretty much everywhere in the world. Would be not a bad answer.
You're people that like traveling, hey.
I enjoy travel. It gives me a chance to discover new music as long as I have a connection to the internet.
Yeah, definitely.
Want to wrap up that entry?
Nope.
More questions?
Barrett, do you have any? I keep interrupting you, and I apologize.
You're okay. If you were to write a conceptual album, what do you think the concept would be?
A concept album? Is that what you're saying?
Conceptual, not consensual.
Yeah, a concept album. If I was to write a concept album, this one's kind of a concept album. Every single of the songs go in a particular order that I put them together as a kind of one long story. The concept or theme is about standing up for yourself throughout the whole entire album, and the whole album's about growing up and the experiences that you go through doing that. But if I was to do like a more like specific like a place, it would probably be a concept probably about like fairy tale, like vampires, werewolves type thing. Like I really enjoy Twilight. I really enjoy any type of vampire movie.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Love Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, that's fine.
Or like witchcraft stuff. Like Charmed is so cool. Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yep.
Like I love all that stuff. So it'd probably be about like fantasy lore, like wizards, witches, Harry Potter flying around on a broomstick, and then or like anime. Actually, that might be even closer. Like if I could do like a concept album about like Dragon Ball Z, or I could come up with like my own anime that was like an album too.
That'd be great.
That'd be cool.
You have a personal new fan now.
Me?
Oh, cool. I'm not a good drawer. I don't know if I said that right. I'm not good at drawing.
Artist. A good artist.
Tristan, you have anything?
I do not. Bree,
No.
do you have any questions for us, Dylan?
Are you excited for the music video release?
Yeah, it drops in like 40 minutes. OMG. Sorry.
I'm stoked for it too. Well, let's start sharing it. Let's start talking about it and get everybody hyped on it. Does anybody else have any other questions for me before I go?
Looking at your mom. You got any more questions?
No, I'm good.
No.
Thanks.
You're sure you don't have any questions?
No, I'm good.
For now or
Tell us
however?
once again who you're talking to there, because I never did hear.
All right.
My
So,
name is Dillon Forst.
What do you say?
Dillon Forst.
Dillon Forst.
Yep. He's the singer, drummer, all around go-to guy for the band Inertia.
Ah, okay.
No. But he's the main guy for the band Inertia. And well, once again, I mean, there's like no more questions. But I would like to give a special shout out to Inertia and to New Transcendence, Dylan and all those guys, and Barrett and his company. And a number one shout out. I'm not trying to put you on the bottom of the list, Barrett, but I really got to give a huge special shout out to Inertia because I commented on their video teaser for Guilty Crown, and they loved the comments, so they have on YouTube now, which I think is okay. But they also pinned my comment of what I really thought, and when they did that, I was like, wow, I didn't think a band would actually do that. So again, I want to give a huge special thanks to Inertia for that, and be sure to go subscribe to their channel because here in a little over 30 minutes, New Transcendence and Inertia have teamed up to release their song Guilty Crown for the official music video that is dropping today. Again, I can't express how excited I really am. I'm going to sound like a fanboy, but I am honestly rather excited and pleased to be able to help New Transcendence and Inertia build who they are today. I mean, I don't have much of a push here on YouTube right now or Google Hangouts or whatever I'm on, but on all my social media, I have, I guess, a somewhat following. So it's an honor to see these guys continue to rise, and no matter what they need, they can always message me on Facebook, Twitter. They can even comment on this video when it's recorded live, and I will always respond to those guys and will help them out to the best of my ability. Also, that also goes to everybody that's subscribed to my channel. If you guys ever comment or need anything, you can always expect a response from me. But I just wanted to give a major shout out to Inertia and to New Transcendence for sitting down with me and doing this interview. I know some of the questions were kind of goofy and we didn't have very many questions, but they took the time out of their day and we talked about it yesterday, and here we are today getting ready for the release of Guilty Crown.
I'm excited. Thanks so much for having me, guys.
Yeah, definitely.
If you guys don't have any other questions, I'm out, and I'll be messaging you guys in just a little bit.
All right, sounds good. Hey, let's go get it, Inertia. We're going to kick some ass tonight, and next week we're going to have 100,000 views on the official music video release.
Woo! 100,000. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Definitely. All right, bye, guys. Thanks for
Thanks, everyone who's watching. I can't tell how many people who watched or who were watching, but thank you.
definitely. All right, bye, guys. Take care.